Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up onto the show with me at this particular point is Mr. Scott Sycamore. Turn your video off and also mute your mic unless you're talking.
What's hood?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the voice you're hearing is Scott Sycamore. Welcome to the show, Scott.
Thank you, Rupee. That is awesome. I'm glad to be here, even though it's been a nightmare trying to get in.
You know, actually, it hasn't. All you had to do was just sit in Skype, and I called you. Like, it's totally fine. You'll be okay.
That wasn't the nightmarish part. The nightmarish part was the chat box and the logging in to the chat.
You don't have to do that. It's just probably just you and me in there at this point. But if anybody wants to go to the chat box, go to the chat box. We're lurking in there.
Yeah, get in there, fools.
All right.
What's wrong with y'all?
Okay, Agent Moose, go over to Skype and message me there because I need to close Facebook because it eats up a lot of bandwidth. All right, so I've got a couple of articles that I wanted to talk to you about, and then we can just snake through our normal crazy conversations.
No snakes, man. I am anti-reptilian. Yes, you heard that right. So we will not be doing that.
Okay, we will slither through the conversation.
No, that's what a snake does. The point is, go.
Okay. Satanists turn WBC, that's Westboro Baptist Church, founder's mom gay in ceremony held on her grave. Can you...
They turned her gay after she was dead?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm going to try to read the article. A New York-based temple devoted to encouraging benevolence, and also muting your microphone when you're not talking, devoted to encouraging benevolence and empathy among people through the teachings of Satan, traveled over the weekend to the Mississippi gravesite of Catherine Idolette Johnson, late mother of Westboro Baptist Church founder Fred Phelps Jr., in order to perform a same-sex ceremony aimed at turning Johnston's spirit gay. The ritual, known as a pink mass, was performed twice, once with two gay men and once with a pair of lesbians. See, there is no other term for gay men other than that nasty F word.
Fags. That's what you're talking about in that accent.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. I told you this is a family program. Already had.
Well, yeah, a family of Satanists. That's what you explained to me. That's what kind of family you're going for. Oh, that's not.
No. This show is a family show.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Okay, you're not. I'm being serious right now. You watch your P's and Q's, sir, or I will drop you like a bad habit.
Yes, the family show that gets into the Westboro details. But I can analyze the story if you want. But go ahead if you had other info.
Let's see. According to the website westborobaptist.com, the Satanic Temple commandeered upon completion of the pink mass ceremony. Karen Johnson is now gay in the afterlife. What do you think of this?
Well, yeah, this is a common thing with these cults and whatnot. Is they do the post-mortem transformations of people, just like Mitt Romney had the baptisms of dead people and whatnot. We heard about all that. It's typical. I mean, what better target to go after than someone who's dead, who cannot, rebuke your satanic ways.
But do spirits really have a sexual preference?
I think people would like to believe that they do. There's lots of instances of ghost rape and stuff like that.
That sounds freaking fun.
Absolutely. So it's one of those things, it makes sense to me because, okay, these are Satanists going after a Christian church that is very bigoted, right? That's what they're doing?
I suppose that's their point.
Yeah, so it's basically... a satanic group is basically against what's Christian. That's the whole genesis of that philosophy. It's whatever's Catholic, whatever's Christian, they'll do the opposite. So now they're going against these bad Christians. So it's almost like what they're doing is this satirical, comedic thing of making the dude's mom gay after she's dead, even though it's still weird and they're still acting weird and Satan-y and ritualistic but yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just a nice hodgepodge of just crazy people all trying to spiritually battle each other, I guess.
That's a good way of putting it. I mean, it's not only that, I just feel like it's taking advantage of how seriously Christians take their religion?
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, I don't know if Christians take their religion more serious than anyone else.
I'm not saying that. They're just taking full... Like, if Christians wouldn't react to something like that unfavorably, they wouldn't do it.
But it's meant to get a reaction. I mean, that's what you do. It's chemicals. It's like chemistry class, man. The one I always missed, which is why I know so much. You know, it's just, yeah, people get offended at a lot of dead, like stuff with dead people get squeamish about, which makes sense, but ultimately it's pretty stupid. Like, oh, don't speak ill of the dead, or like, you know.
I kind of feel like that.
So they're doing a reverse. I feel you on that, but at the same time,
I don't know. There's something. All right, let me just tell you a quick story. I found this weird graveyard on the way home from exercising that I had never seen before. So I went around the corner, and then I parked my bike outside of it. Some of it is very old, and there's brick walls, and some of the gravestones are really old and it's creepy, and there was nobody in there. And of course, like, I almost walked through some enormous spider webs and stopped myself at the last second. So I was making my way up to a part where there was all these, soldiers, these Civil War soldiers, buried. And as I was approaching that, I had my hat off, even though I was in exercise clothes. I had my hat off, and when I walked through, I noticed some kids were coming in, and they were being loud and unruly, and were not being respectful of the gravesite. And when they saw me and how I was behaving in the cemetery, because it's totally different. I have a different, like, being in a I like being in a cemetery because
Rupert, you are different.
I am different. But I gave them a look, and they took a quick picture, and they skedaddled. And that, I feel like, that is proof that there is some kind of power in death.
Are you implying that these kids were trying to do some sort of ritual or something, or
they weren't trying to do a ritual. I was just saying that my solemnity superseded their silliness with a glance from across the graveyard. Because they stopped for a second, and they were just like, and they almost like, guys, let's go. I was like, oh, wait, let's do this real quick.
Rupert, isn't that how every great love story starts? A glance from across the graveyard.
I mean, maybe for Danny Elfman.
The packed graveyard for Danny Elfman. What, are you impugning Oingo Boingo's integrity or something?
I think Oingo Boingo is awful. I think Danny Elfman's compositions are fantastic, but
that's it.
Okay, Agent Moose, you need to understand something. Skype is always free. You just can't make phone calls with it. Skype's always free. You don't have to pay for using regular Skype. You just log in. Not
much of an agent, if you don't know that.
I don't think Agent Moose is going to be very happy with you.
Hey, Moose, you are Moose, I am Squirrel, huh? Let's do this.
Agent Squirrel, you be nice to Agent Moose. All right.
So anyways, I was going to say, when you walked through those spider webs in the graveyard, was the No Doubt song playing? Like, at the same time?
It kind of wasn't. My brain was silent for that.
Yes, I know. You were very solemn. So, as you said, yeah, man. I mean, it's just people get freaked out. Like they say, these satanic groups, they do, their thing in graveyards at midnight when no one's around and stuff. Because who's going to come around? That's the whole point. Like, who is walking through a graveyard just chilling, doing their thing, smoking tobacco or anything like that? Just doesn't happen much, probably.
I guess not. I don't know. I was always taught to behave a certain way in the graveyard, and you don't walk a certain way. You try to be respectful, and you certainly don't raise your voice or
gotta have respect. You don't shout at the dead. I mean, that could bother them a lot. Yeah, man. It's just like, these things. There's certain places which are walled off. People get sensitive about stuff. I don't know. I mean, if you want to baptize people or turn them gay. Oh, I was going to say, so these Satanists are trying to do the opposite of this gay conversion therapy that these Christian institutes do, right? It was gay, or it was, straight conversion therapy? Gay conversion sounds like you're converting to being gay, which is what they were trying to do, right? but I don't know.
I don't know. That's enough of that story. That's
Get off it. Get
yeah.
off. Yeah.
That's the sound that ends the story. We go to another story.
Every
I
time-
got one for you. Here's just a concept story, really.
Go.
There's a town in Michigan where cars are banned and they don't have cars. I think that's
Lovely.
strange.
Strange that it's in Michigan too, right? Motown.
Well, I think it's kind of offshore, so it might be hard to get a car there. So,
Wait, you mean like it's in the middle of a Great Lake? Is this how are you offshore in Michigan? Isn't it like a lake system there, and then Canada's above it?
I don't know, but I looked something. That doesn't. Just imagine a carless society. What would that look like? What would that feel like?
Yeah. Oh, something similar to Los Angeles, except exactly the opposite. I think it would be like, well, I don't know. I've certainly been. If you go to places in Europe and stuff, it's not that they are carless, obviously, but there's definitely less of an emphasis on the personal car and more of the public transport and the metros and the tubes, as they call them in England, and just there's not as much of this constant jam as there is in large American cities and stuff like that. But yeah, no car society. I hope they got some good bikes and trains and stuff. I mean, I'm down with the concept, but man, how am I gonna get anywhere, man? How am I gonna get to the club? Yeah, what is this town? Tell me more, Rupert.
Oh, I don't know much about it. I was going to tell you also, you're talking about other forms of public transportation other than automobiles. Trains is one. They want to do, basically they want to put this thing around the world. It's like a magnet levitation train, bullet train.
Maglev.
Thing will go 4,000 miles an hour, will get you to Beijing in 2 hours.
Don't you mean 400 plus? But yes.
No, 4,000 miles per hour.
That's like supersonic.
It's five times, I did the math, it's 5 times the speed of sound.
Now that would be nuts.
Dude, I don't know if I'd want to get in the thing.
Well, yeah, I've heard, I don't know if this isn't exactly what you're referring to, but I heard a story recently that Elon Musk, Mr. Super Nutter, he's working on some concept. They've only mentioned between LA and San Francisco, and they would say it would take a half hour, which is obviously impressive, but we're not talking global yet. But yeah, he's working on some sort of laundry chute, portal thing where you step into some tube and it just catapults you right to where you're going.
Like Futurama?
I guess. I don't know. I don't watch the show, but probably, yeah.
Oh my God. You've never seen the tubes and people flying around in the tubes?
I think so. I mean, I've seen tubes in the supermarket and stuff where they'll send a package up to the office.
It's just like that, but it's with people in it.
Yeah, basically, yes.
And the thing about going 4,000 miles an hour in one of those things is the only thing you'd really have to worry about is calculating the curvature of the Earth, because there's no friction. So there's nothing touching.
No touching.
No touching.
Yeah. Hopefully that would be a job for the engineers and not for you as a passenger in real time. Bust out your calculator and hope you don't just sail into the Arctic or something accidentally.
Well, if you had a railgun style train, they're saying you could get from East Coast to West Coast in 45 minutes.
Right.
That wouldn't be long enough of a trip for me.
Yeah, you'd be it would take all meaning of going somewhere out of it. They'd just be I'll be in New York for lunch and then back to my home.
15 minutes less than an hour.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see about this. It's weird how this is just coming out right now. No one in the public was thinking about having this stuff, and then suddenly it's we're actually close to developing this.
I bet they wouldn't put windows on it, because if people could see how fast they were going, they would freak out.
Oh my God, it would be. It's I don't know. It's just so far out of what anyone has experienced yet or what we're used to.
I bet everything would be so blurred that you wouldn't be able to discern what anything is.
Are you kidding me, man? Everyone's going to be looking at that little screen in front of them. No one's going to be looking out windows. Do people look out of windows anymore? I don't even know. But yeah, like imagine one of the things they mentioned, and this is totally like just capitalist nonsense talking about it, like deflecting from the real issues. But like they say the real estate market would just be thrown into absolute chaos. Like imagine if you could live in the middle of a cornfield in Kansas and get to New York in 20 minutes, you know?
It would totally change. It would change everything. And they're saying also that they're going to try to, the people who are working on this project are going to try to eliminate a lot of red tape and make it a quality thing that doesn't just drain everyone working on it.
Well, that would be nice. The other thing I was going to say with this proposed, at least the like Elon Musk version of it, is that it wouldn't even have departure times. You literally show up at the tube or whatever, and you just go. There's literally no wait time. You don't have to wait for an actual schedule. Now that's amazing. However that's going to happen. I don't know how.
Yeah,
it's like
there's going to have to be a braking system and just like major development and implementation of certain mechanics to make it work.
Cool, man. I mean, I'm down. I just, I hope they get it going. I mean, they're rebuilding. They're like freaking tearing LA up where I live. They're tearing LA up from the ground up just to build these, normal trains, basically. And that's cool, I guess. I don't really think it's going to help anything, but it's like they're not even putting in awesome high-speed crazy stuff. It's like just, subways, basically. And I don't know. That just seems like a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for something that's not really going to change the game in a meaningful way, in my opinion, for one city. What we're talking about.
You're being a total pessimist. Don't
well,
do that.
Yeah, I'm being a pessimist. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if we're going to have all this upheaval now in the 21st century and build stuff and everything, make it like something amazing, dude. Make it one of these maglev trains. I don't need more 20th century technology clogging everything up. And that is my pessimist tale. There goes the bell.
Okay, I got another one. Let's talk about how awesome black people are in terms of the global scale protests and stuff like that. You've had upheaval for a couple of years now, all over the globe, and the only people that I've seen lately who've made a concerted effort to make their presence known has been like the young black people.
Yeah, I mean, they're the black community, as they call them, are angry, so I hear, about World War Zimmerman.
I don't think that's it. I feel like Zimmerman was the straw that broke the camel's back. I think everybody is just trying to show, remember that song, that Sublime song, April 26th? And he's singing about the riots, and he's like, he says, if you look down the street, it wasn't about Rodney King. He was just talking about how everyone had just had enough, and it was just a tipping point. I think that's what we're seeing.
Sorry, mic stuff. Yeah, like in the song, it's basically saying it's about the community, like it's about everyone just going hard together, basically, right? And yeah, I mean, it's just the human collective unconscious is just bubbling up. It's been for a while, and now it's just coming to the forefront. Like you just can't deny it. Yeah, you gotta. I don't know. A lot of people say, I don't know. My co-host on IJS Radio. Yes, that's a plug.
You're allowed to plug.
We're plugging. Anyways, yeah, he's sort of the mentality of like, oh, protesting doesn't do anything, it doesn't work, and you're stupid for even going to one or doing anything crazy. And I see that mentality, and I've sort of had it, but at the same time, it's like, no, that's your right as a person to get out there, to literally use your physical body to appear somewhere and express your displeasure with something, right? Isn't that the whole, like, that's what America is, right? Like, people go to the town hall and demand action, Like, that's what we do, man. So I think, yeah, I'm down for people to come together and shout and protest and whatever, you know? And even if you are, like, people are scared of getting arrested and getting shot with rubber bullets and stuff like that, but that's all part of the deal, man. I mean, do they not remember the civil rights thing with MLK and what happened there? I mean, they had to go through hell to get what they wanted.
Did you see where they stuck the picture of MLK in the Trayvon hood?
I saw a picture of him flipping the bird, but no, I mean, yeah, that Photoshop, that's wacky right there.
Photoshop is a crazy, crazy thing, and I can barely use it compared to some people. Some people could take anything and give it a different texture. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like any image. It's just a flat two-dimensional image. So theoretically, you can do anything, right? At this point, like for instance, I hear now that a lot of photo evidence is not admissible in court anymore, just because it's so easy to change. So,
wow.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
that's incredible.
I know, we're in some new stuff here, and yeah, they could just, it's all day. Like, it's all day with this photo stuff. Photo changing comedy memes are like the internet nowadays. Like, this is all I see.
The internet has changed how I communicate with other people, especially people I know. You speak in memes to your friends.
Yeah, well, you're an internet presence now. You're a media figure. You have a digital body.
Ring.
Ring. Oh, there we go.
The bell can also mean that you're right.
Oh, I see.
So the bell has multiple reasons. If you're right, you could get a ding. Yes, that's correct. Wow. But let's go on to another thing. There's an article someone just sent me after we were talking about the ghost rape. It says, most sexual dreams caused by ghost rape, scientists say. My gosh. After an extensive study spanning 40 years and thousands of test subjects, scientists have concluded that over 90% of sexual dreams humans experience are due to sexual assault by a ghost.
I knew it. I'm telling you. Oh, what was that stuff you said about a family show? Ring that bell. Anyways. Yeah.
You got me.
There's a name for this. It's called a succubus. Pretty appropriate name, right? In ancient legend, we've all heard of an incubus, and no, I don't mean the Sort of Okay band.
I know what you're talking about, but there's also a band called Incubus Succubus.
Really? Now that's
there is.
Now that's called copyright battles right there.
I don't think it matters.
No, oh heck no. Anyway, so the incubus and the succubus, like the succubus is the female demon who comes to men at night in their dreams, but it's not a dream because it's real, and like they have their way with you.
I have an army of stuffed animals, and they come to life at night and fight the demons.
That's not a bad premise right there.
Well, there's this picture someone drew of there's a boy sleeping in his bed, and over his bed is this enormous dragon monster, and it's a wonderful illustration. But on his bed is this tiny little teddy bear holding up a wooden sword, and the teddy bear is just teeny tiny compared to the monster, and he's stopping the dragon from getting the little boy.
So he clearly knows how to train his dragon. Oh no, wait, the dragon is bad. No, the bear is good. Man, I love it all. It's the Samurai Jack school of defense, I would say.
You're a silly Scott Sycamore.
That's alliteration to the max attack. Yeah, like so people send you cool little like drawings and artworks and stuff.
I mean, the internet is a fast-moving, vast place where things can pop back up or never be seen again, or just you never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, people send me stuff. It comes in waves. It's summertime. People have stuff to do other than watch Hi, It's Rupert. But when people are inside on their computers, it's Rupert time.
Oh, yeah. No one can take those 8 minutes every, 2 weeks to watch a new episode.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a couple more people to help me write follow-ups to the conspiracy theory video.
I got you, dog.
Yeah.
That was not an offer. Yeah, it's like
You're gonna pitch in. Your name's gonna end up in the credits.
Awesome. I'm loving it. I mean, I'm already here, man. We're here. But let's circle back to the ghost rape. I mean, we don't have to, but I feel
Is that
like
something that you could circle? I already closed the tab on that, but you can throw in anything you want. I don't really want to. Let's just make this the last ghost rape comment.
Oh yeah. No, I feel like people might diss us because they'll be like, dude, you had the whole ghost rape thing ready to go. It's like the most important issue of our time, and you just got away from it. But maybe not. No, go to the next thing.
There could be somebody listening who is very angry with me at this particular moment.
Who's that? Can we delve into that?
No, I'm just saying. I'm imagining like what if there is a victim of ghost rape listening and they're
they should
ticked off about it.
No, but they should be thanking us for bringing awareness to this issue, because ain't nobody. You ain't gonna see that on the cycle on MSNBC. I don't think this week. So, Yep, there we go. For whom Rupert's bell tolls. Dun, 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 dun. All right.
Yeah, sorry. So let's go check out. I'm checking out CNN at the moment. There is some anger over the fact that supposed Boston bombing suspects. They keep still call him a suspect. I don't know why. I guess they have to. But he's on the cover of Rolling Stone.
Right.
And people are really mad about it.
Well, that's something that looks like Photoshop, but I guess it's not.
Why? Because he's so cute?
Well, I mean, of course he's cute. We all know that. Duh.
Did you see that video that I put in my video of that girl that was like, "He could put a bomb in me"?
Well, yeah. I mean, we we understand that attractiveness trumps all. I mean, they literally should use Abercrombie greeters to blow up everything. Because people would be so pro it. Like, it would be active.
Well, they should put a cute face on eugenics, too, while they're at it.
Oh, they have. I don't know. Chelsea Clinton? I have no idea who to reference there. But, well, Bill Gates. He's pretty cute, right?
Bill Gates?
William Gates, correct.
He's cute? I don't know about cute, man.
Yeah, this is something referred to as sarcasm. And
okay, I lost the call. We lost the call.
Yellow.
Sorry, dude, I lost the call.
Dude, see? Bill Gates, bro. Microsoft owns Skype.
He didn't know. I hit it wrong, but it was totally my fault. You can't blame this on Bill Gates.
Damn it, Roop. I always knew you were COINTELPRO and working with them.
Don't you damn it Roop me.
Darn it, Roop. I know it's a familial show.
Sorry, pooping rocks.
I don't know what that means.
Okay,
but
never
that's
mind.
Okay. Yeah, so we were getting past it. Let's just get past it. Yes, so let's get to the actual story, because I can remember stuff. I swear I can. So yeah, this, well, you said they're calling this guy a suspect. Jokar or Jahar or whatever they're trying to call him. So what, is it your belief that he, like, absolutely did it, or that the proof is just there and we're ready to gas him or whatever?
Well, he's just getting put through the ringer. Like, it smells like Lee Harvey Oswald a lot to me. But the video of the cops shooting at them, and there was no return fire from them because they were unarmed. They were screaming at them that they didn't do it. It wasn't us. They were,
Well, did you hear that supposedly a friend of the real Jokar said that the guy in court or whatever is not him? It's not the same guy. Yeah,
See,
man.
This is why I like talking to different guys out there, especially you, because you seem to be up on this stuff. But wait,
Cool.
Tell me about that. His friend was in court to see him, and he said it wasn't him?
I literally know nothing more than what I just said, but I saw an article that said, a friend of the real life guy that they're accusing, or a guy with, the guy with the same name or whatever, he saw on TV, I guess, this guy that they're marching into a courtroom somewhere, and he said it's not the same guy. He's like, that's not my friend.
How would I go about finding this article?
Juno Mang, I would say, I mean, gosh, it's through, it's on a link somewhere. I don't remember exactly where I saw it, but type in friend of Sarnaev says it's not the same. He's not the same guy.
You hear that, Agent Moose? Agent Moose, if you can find that article, you just kick it to me on the back line. And then we'll talk about it in a minute.
Moose, hey, Agent Moose. Hey, get that article. Hey, stop putting so much mousse in your hair and put those fingers to work on the internets. But yeah, dude. Yeah, he's on the cover of Rolling Stone. Chicks think the guy's hot. We don't know. His brother's dead, right? His tough guy brother, who was like a boxer. Mm-hmm. And then like he got shot 1,000 times or something. And then, the other little guy got to a boat and hid out in the boat. Just these stories are just so insane.
I've put myself in that position several times. I would just imagine what is it like laying in a freaking boat in suburbia somewhere, and dudes are just gunfire all around you, at you.
Yeah, isn't right? Because weren't they shooting at the boat, just like clipping it, like the boat got totally totaled.
Yeah,
he was in it, but didn't just get Swiss.
And they took the boat as evidence, and I don't know if the people are going to get reimbursed for that. And
then the Facebook page calling to buy the guy a new boat popped up.
Was there one of those? That's good. No, that's goodwill,
absolutely.
Because that's messed up.
The whole thing is yeah, but it's also this whole media hero building thing where it's like, this older white man who comes out and finds the guy in his boat. That was the whole thing too, is like he made the call telling them that he was in the boat. The man in the boat, so to speak. Get it, Rupert?
Don't even start with me.
I won't do that. I know. This is where families come from. But yeah, dude. So this guy like reported on dude and like told the SWAT team or whatever where he was somehow, but didn't get hurt himself. So clearly it wasn't that dangerous. I don't know, man. Like, just these official stories are so nutty that when you follow them, they just don't make a lot of sense. I mean, I always rag on movies for making no sense, but these so-called real stories make even less sense. And then this Rolling Stone thing, you know what it is? You know why they put him on Rolling Stone? Because the owner of Rolling Stone just gave his like 23-year-old son a huge position in the company. So they're trying to push that like young emo guy agenda even more.
Young emo guy agenda?
Yeah, like Zokar, the suspect, quote unquote. Yeah, he just has that whole thing. He's got that, like, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's not fully emo, but it's just hipster emo all sort of packaged into one bonnet. I don't know, like, the hair, the whole like forehead hair.
You mean you kind of like tease your Bieber a little bit so it stands straight
exactly. Up? Yeah, it's the Bieberization. It's the
Bieberization of the world
of the youth culture. Yeah. So
your child has been Biebered. I'm sorry to tell you. That's right.
Yeah, it's like he goes. Yeah, they go through a machine. The mark of the Bieber. They have it. And
you have the Bieber. Get away from me.
You got the Biebers. Yeah, that's the next cooties, right? So
pretty much.
Pretty much, I would say. Yeah, so all the people with the Bieber hair and, the whole sort of just that whole thing that the kids got going on today, that's who they got to start selling to. And also, it's just they give the Rolling Stone just, if the owner gave his young son who looks all drugged out creative control over a website, yeah, of course, he'd be like, dude, yo, dad, man, let's put the Boston Bomber the cover. See, that's the tying together.
Yeah, I think, you're probably right about that. And he thinks he's bonding with his son. Meanwhile, he's making everyone mad and is.
Yeah, you got to see. If I had motor skills, I'd go link you a picture of the kid, and you could see what a goofy is. I'm gonna try, but then when I do this, I lose my like talking train of thought. But yeah, man, it's totally like that. It's It's the dad will listen to his kid, I guess, and it'll be like, oh no, we don't want Radiohead on our magazine again. We want something newer and more explosive, so to speak.
Oh, that's horrible.
So,
that's horrible.
I know, but again, it's horrible. Well,
That's terrible.
Well, you don't take things at face value. You know that, like, we have no idea whether these are the real people or bombers or, suspects. They're not the usual suspects. They're a whole new breed.
They supposedly became radicalized because of the internet.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Get in line, buddy. Yeah. It's like... Yeah, another way to say it would be they became radical because of the internet. And I mean radical in the 80s, like, slang sense.
So now they're going to have a trial.
Woo! There we go. Okay. And the bell signifies that the trial... So, well, when is this trial supposed to start? That's my first...
I don't know.
It'll be nicely timed with astrotheology or something. Don't you think?
I don't know. I was looking at this article Agent Moose sent me.
Who, Agent Moose? What are you sending this guy?
I've looked extensive. Eric said that after exhaustive searches, he's been unable to find such a source. I've looked extensively for my name in terms like bombing suspect, and it turned up nothing. I can't find any source connecting my name as the bombing suspect or arrestee.
Oh, that's what Jokar said?
I think,
supposedly?
no, it's Eric? Who the heck is Eric? Eric Twardzik.
Who are you, Eric?
Open letter to actor. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if this is the article, but this is also interesting.
Yeah, I mean, every story nowadays is like, it's not the real guy, it's a different guy, it's a fake person, they got different hair, they got different earlobes, they got different dental records, the person on TV isn't who they say they are. It's just nuts, man. And it goes in that Photoshop thing and video shop or whatever they use. And, like, I don't even know, man. Something on the news could be literally a fake film thing with different actors or non-actors.
Yeah, it's weird to consider that could be a possibility, but we have to do a station identify here. We're listening to Flagship Radio. This is Hi, it's Rupert Radio, and I am broadcasting to you live I'm with Scott Sycamore. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Scott Sycamore?
Sycamore. Well, we won't get too personal or anything, I guess, but I co-host a show called I'm Just Saying, or IJS Radio, which it's not really on a network like you, but we just put it on YouTube, and I think you've been on it recently.
Yeah, there was. You did just put one out with me on it, didn't you?
Right. So I'm on that, and I just sort of have been getting in the game, just like you've been doing things in this media-centric environment. And, you type my name, I'm sure something comes up. I don't really Google myself a lot. That's not a metaphor. I really don't do that. And, yeah, I mean, you could ask other stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm just a guy, just a normal man who deals in extraordinary info, I guess. I don't know. I'm just into these things. And I don't know. I've been around, man. What do people want to know? I don't know. If someone asks a question, I don't know what to reveal about anything unless I get asked a specific question.
Yeah, I'm like that too. It's because your brain is just so massive that you can't.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. And
hold it
sure.
together.
Yeah, it's just like a wet sock or something.
I was thinking. I was like looking at this guy the other day. He was riding his bike. He had a helmet on, and sometimes I don't wear mine. And I was like, helmets are goofy looking. And then I just really started to think hard about brain injury. And I was like, wow, that's a weird thing to consider, that part of your brain could get scrambled and then part of your body doesn't work anymore. That's scary stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you got to protect your neck, as Wu-Tang said.
Protect your neck.
Yeah, which is, good advice. Yeah, it's just that's why yeah, the back of the head, that happens a lot, where kids get out of control and it happened to my friend. He got hit in the back of the head with a piece of wood or something.
Oh,
It's some sort of ambush. This was years ago, but
oh
you
my
know
goodness.
yeah, like some sort of like I don't know.
Gang initiation?
No, like just suburban rage.
God.
Like, yeah, like one SUV pulls up to another and like guys step out thinking they're gonna, act cool, and then someone gets hit in the back of the head with a brass knuckles or something.
What do you mean act cool?
Well, I mean, like, that's what an ambush is. It's like you think you're meeting someone on good terms, and then and then it turns out
I
you're
see. I obviously have not been ambushed.
which is good, and yes, you clearly haven't, or you would know, buddy. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess an ambush doesn't have to be under the pretense of being good, but like, yeah, it could just be like To Catch a Predator, where the guys try to run away and then they get.
I love the way that guy talks, by the way.
It's like,
Chris
yo,
Hansen. No,
yeah.
Chris Hansen, he's just like, it says here you were here to meet this 13-year-old for sex. He's like, for sex. For sex. He says it like that, and it's just weird because I've watched every last bit of that. It's the most embarrassing, horrible thing you could ever hope to watch.
You're hoping to meet up for
For sex. You were gonna.
Hey, ring that bell. Don't you? You were here to ring their bell, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, well, it's just the whole like it's just like such goofiness, and then followed immediately by like police state 101 tactics, of like, oh, I'm just gonna get on out of here and run across the front lawn and drive away. Oh wait, no, there's a team there with guns, and yeah, the police got me now. It's like, it's just it's a jarring transition. It's like, but that's how it works. That would be an example of, I guess, an ambush where well, actually, you know what? No, the whole show, really. I mean, the whole show, it's that ambush tactic. You think you're going into something good for you, let's say, and it doesn't turn out that way. You get some Aryan guy, like, questioning your text string and accusing you. I mean, that's the closest to Minority Report we've gotten yet with, like, TV crime drama, right? Reality.
I mean, when you say a lot of people might not know what that means. Like, what's Minority Report was a movie about. Well, part of the movie was everything was cataloged and everybody was watched, and
of course,
even worse than that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming your audience, Rupert. I mean, come on, we're not on like freaking drive time Republican talk.
All right, well, here's your question, Agent Moose. Have you seen Minority Report? And then we'll get an answer from Agent Moose in a second, but
Moose, give your answer, Moosey.
We've got about 7 more minutes left in the show today.
It's 4:20 right now, by the way, where I am. Just saying, that's what time it is. Well, now it's 4:20.
We do this thing called the pot news, but I don't. If I have you on the phone, then I can't do. I need to get somebody to help with this. There's got to be a way to have a Skype call and then also feather the music in and out without.
You want to feather it in and out?
Yes, I want it to feather in and out.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. You should hit it with a pillow until the pillow breaks, and then feathers will come out. That's literally my only idea.
Wow. You couldn't even go as far as to imagine Dumbo's magic feather?
Oh, yeah.
Dumbo! The magic feather!
No, I've heard of that, but I haven't seen the movie in quite a while, so no, I will not reference that.
Okay.
But yeah, well, you're saying, okay, because you're doing a live self-produced radio show, right?
At the moment we are.
What
at this moment, but if you're listening on a playback, then obviously not.
Okay, right. Well, right now you're live. When people listen to it unlive, you won't be live. But okay, correct. So Okay, so your Agent Moose is around now. Agent Moose is gathering your articles, and you are trying to weave in these musical bumpers.
Sometimes, like we don't need to have a tech. Let's not have tech talk at the end of the show, man.
Of course not.
Let's talk about. Let's get wacky. Let's do conspiracy potpourri.
Yeah,
and
man.
By that, we'll have to do rapid fire. So let's go. Reptiles, go.
So they're scaly, they're intelligent, they're interesting, and we need to make a case with them. We need to make peace with them.
This just in: Agent Moose has not seen Minority Report, but has seen Christmas Vacation.
Wow. Well, move on to Vegas Vacation and also watch Minority Report. What can I tell you? I mean, there's a few minutes left. Okay, rapid fire, right? Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, what's next? What you fire one back at me?
Oh, that's how this works? I don't know. The freaking, I don't know. Oh, Harp shutting down. Did you hear about Harp shutting down? Harp shutting down, go. Maybe you didn't hear.
Harp shutting down, don't know.
Yeah, so I hear like the Harp facility has been shut down.
Do you know how many of those things there are?
Yeah, well, the one they claim is like the one in Alaska, but who knows? This is probably some crazy disinfo, but yeah, it could be under new management. I don't know. That's just what I saw recently. But yeah, I don't know. Weather control, go. Is that how this works?
Weather control, go.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that. All right, fine. On one episode of Hi, It's Rupert on YouTube, there was a clip from the Weather Channel where they were showing a video about it was a promo for like a hacking the weather sort of thing where they were talking about microwaves and hurricanes and how to hack the planet, and it was really strange weather modification reveal, basically.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. It must have been from your show where, yeah, it was like these cute graphics and people like, we're having a contest to seed a hurricane or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
and the other thing that I interestingly enough came across was footage of people from Woodstock. There were two guys on camera, and they just because of what they were talking about, it made Woodstock seem so much more real to me, but they were complaining about cloud seeding, and that's why it was raining. And they said that they watched them do it all day long, and they were ticked off about it. And it's very at Woodstock, and it's very strange footage because it's almost like you're watching footage of now. It's weird. It just does this thing to you, and you realize, wow, those guys look like they're about 24, you know?
Wait a minute. So there were young conspiracy theorists in 1969 who were raising questions in real time.
I feel like we've been spinning, like that whole set has been spinning its wheels since then. Like they've always known that crap. They've always known about the stuff that was wrong because people pass info around to each other and kind of leave it to one another what to do with it.
Yeah, that's why there was no excuse to be ignorant even before the internet. Now you really have no excuse, but even before then. But I wasn't aware that the general public, or I guess they weren't, but like people knew about weather modification back then. But why not? Why not? Everything cycles back around, just like us to ghost rape.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, now.
And with that, I'm going to have to bid you a farewell. Thank you very much for being my guest today. I will be sure to shovel this over to you in a moment. Stay tuned after you, Mr. Burke. Mr. Burkamore.
Yeah, never reveal my anything.
Sycamore.
Never
okay,
reveal
let's
what's
just
under my
scratch that. You're going to be able to scratch this. So, thank you very much, Mr. Scott Sycamore, for joining me here on Flagship Radio.
Thank you.
I gotta get out of here too. So stick around for a minute. I'll talk to you on the other side.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Rupert. People,
give yourself a plug on the way out the door.
Just type in IJS Radio on YouTube. You'll find everything, man.
All right, my friend. I talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Later.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Mr. Scott Sycamore. Those of you on the back line, just hang around on the back line for a second.